How's everybody doing? Today we're doing a reaction video on a news report that happened in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I ain't really the type of person to drag everything along, so we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. Meantime, in between time, I need y'all to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you interested in checking out my opinion on things. Now, everything that I do a reaction to is my opinion, so that's just going to be what it is. So we're going to jump right into the video.
Tonight, police and federal prosecutors bringing a fresh approach to cracking down on violent gangs.
The U.S. Attorney's Office turning to racketeering laws, once used to take down the mafia, and now trying to dismantle Minneapolis street gangs. They say these gangs are responsible for a generation of murder, retaliation, and drug trafficking.
Now, things are serious when they have to use things that they use for the mafia, which is called the RICO. Who don't know about the RICO?
Tonight, Paul Bloom talks with prosecutors, investigators, and victims about this new approach to an old problem.
And those interviews, along with a review of court records, helped us trace a generation of gang violence back to one specific incident, a deadly shooting 20 years ago. What do you remember about that case?
All we knew was some kind of house party that kind of went wild.
Veteran homicide investigators Charlie Adams and Richard Zimmerman responded to the scene at 12th and Knox in Minneapolis, May 2004.
As I recall, it was some groups from another gang that showed up at the party. And of course, then they had their interaction, and that's what sparked it.
Charging documents at the time detail a toxic mix of gang members at the large house party when gunfire erupted, creating chaos.
Now, mind you, these are not nations, they're cliques, posses. Real gang members are a part of them. I know a couple of the Bloods, I know a couple of the Crips, Vice Lords, Stone, whatever, etc. But this war here is feuded by two cliques, from my understanding. I mean, I care less. I like smoking weed and shooting guns and driving cars. I mean, leave that other part out, but yeah, we're gonna get back to the video.
Throughout the neighborhood.
10 seconds later, somebody pulled out a gun and started shooting.
18-year-old gang member Christopher Little was killed, igniting a gang war now decades long. The highs and the lows, often separated by just a single street, West Broadway in North Minneapolis. A battle over the same territory.
He's got 9 lives, man,
Involving some of these same faces.
Ashimiu Olawanle.
Now under federal indictment.
He's been around. He's been a target at least 3 or 4 times on some of our cases where people end up dying.
All it takes is an attitude, anger, and access to a weapon. And before you...
Now, what he said, that's not all it takes. It's these dumb motherfuckers who out here doing all this old extra shit. Now, one thing I will say is that when some shit kick off and somebody get murdered, it ain't really no coming back from that. It's definitely not no coming back from that. But for a lot of this stuff that's going on, man, motherfuckers just be trying to get a name or want to be on bullshit because they was always getting punked to school or something. Or just don't have it all. When I jumped off the porch, man, All I can say is this. The shit that we was doing, it was for survival. We wasn't killing each other or no shit like that. We was breaking into motherfucking cribs. Motherfuckers selling dope. If you got into it with another block or whatever, chances are motherfucker go over there, box one, squash it. And I believe the generation before me was pretty good teachers. My generation, it's a lot of people who wasn't that. And when they got to a certain age or got a little money, then they wanted to betray being that. If you're not a part of the solution, you're a part of the problem. So in our communities, as you all know, you grown when you're outside in them streets. You could be 12, 13, 14, 10, 9, 8. I had my first pipe on my own. I was in the 3rd grade. I had a 25, a Chrome 25 with a Pearl handle. I also had a Chrome 22 with a Pearl handle. I also had a 18-shot 22 rifle. Et cetera, et cetera. But it was for protection. If you came and fucked with me, I was going to fuck with you. I was going to fuck with you real good. And so you don't get a chance to get into that type of stuff if you're not like that. And I wasn't like that. I will carry out my actions if need be, but I was fucking with the bitches. I had this goofy ass nigga that used to hang around me or whatever. Didn't nobody like his ass. I walked him through the hood. He, gave him his respect or whatever. He wound up burning me in the end. But that's all we used to do. Go fuck with the bitches and try to make some money. Back to the video.
Know it. It's on. With one shot that can reverberate back and forth forever.
For years, community leaders look for peace after a night of partying ends with bullets flying.
We have witnessed the resulting violence.
We need to send a call out to our community. And we want you to stop this madness of spilling each other's blood.
Gun violence and gang activity.
Let me send a call out to the community. When I first moved up here, which was around that time, when I first moved in the state that I'm in 2004, I was around these dudes. They was pretty cool, but they wasn't really my speed. I'm not the type to try to fit in. I'm gonna be me. And it was like, they was cool, but I always hung around older people because I didn't finish school. So I always hung around older people. I had a different mindset, different mentality than these people. But with the reality check, parents need to be parents. It was a 14-year-old girl there with a thong on, was so tight. I don't even know how she got it on. And it was dirty. Now I'm like, man, you need to go and get up out of here and go home. Do your parents know where the fuck you are? Now, mind you, I was 19 years old. But I'm like, why are you up in here? Like, what is this? Right then, I knew those wasn't the people I wanted to hang around. Because everybody was just too free. I ain't hear about no jobs. I jumped right into the shit that I was supposed to be evolving from. And yes, motherfuckers are like, I was wearing the wrong colors and the wrong hoods and shit. One time I had on white, motherfuckers trying to go around in my time, 95, 96, 97, 98. $99. White t-shirts, blue jeans, Air Force Ones. Standard material. Fresh white tee. I'm talking about the dollar white tees, the $2 white tees. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I was in the wrong hood. And motherfuckers thought I was a Crip. And I'm like, damn, I should have brought my pole up here because I don't know what the hell. But it's a good thing I didn't bring my pole because some shit like this on the news probably would have happened because I'm blowing. And I'm getting up out of here. But where am I going? Because I don't know where to go. Then I go to the other hood in all red and black. And, you know, different colors with all red and black. All these motherfuckers on this side wear blue. Now, mind you, my tour guides, the people who's supposed to be telling me this shit before I walk into the situation, they ain't telling me shit. Oh, and mind you, make sure you do your research because when I first moved to the state, it was a whole bunch of motherfuckers didn't like me, and I did not know why. And I'm sure everybody know of somebody who had this type of situation. Oh, I can't wait till my cousin come up here. He gonna do this and any other. He gonna break your jaw. He gonna whoop your ass. He gonna do this. So when motherfuckers see you, they like, what was that shit Tashana De Niro was talking about? Yeah, so at the end of the day, it starts in the house. My generation kind of started a lot of the violence due to the fact that it was a younger generation that was looking up to us and all they seen was the bad shit. They didn't really understand, you know what I mean, what exactly was going on. Now, I wound up, before I had Kane, my great grandma crib got raided. Right. Now, this don't have nothing to do with anything. But when my great grandma crib got raided, somebody sent them to our crib. I know who sent them to our crib. Y'all know who sent them to our crib. That's neither here nor there. When they seen what came out of the crib, they're like, man, whoa. That's what the generation up under me saw. That's what they were glorifying. Nobody never got a chance to, like, with my generation and that generation, sitting down talking wasn't the thing to do. Because my generation was kind of pushed out to become grown. Like a lot of my homeboys and stuff, my daughter was murdered when I was 18. A lot of my friends and stuff was having their kids when they turned 18, which turned out pretty good. But it was our generation that should have explained things. Well, everybody in our generation, it doesn't have the capabilities of being able to say, hey, my G, this ain't right. Or my dude, my five, whatever you is. A lot of people don't have it to do that. You got motherfuckers that's 30, 40 years old calling 15, 16-year-olds they big homies and shit. And it's sad. So it's a big disconnect between the generation before me and the generation after. That's how when we come in with, hey, ain't no problem with coming with these, because this is what we did first. Or, I know I got a blade around here somewhere. It's probably upstairs because I got in the shower. But that's neither here nor there. Back to the video.
And our community deserves all hands on deck.
But now, for the first time, state investigators as well as federal prosecutors are pinpointing exactly when it started and how far it is spreading.
In any gang war and in the development of any gang, there are certain incidents that trigger both the conflict and the growth of the organization, and that's one of them.
That's not uncommon, that some of these feuds become simmering and generational in nature, and we need to end that.
In these federal court records from 2023, investigators say the feud between the highs and the lows started after Little, who was a member of the Lowe's, was killed. Quote, since this murder, there have been hundreds of shootings and murders between these two entities, adding that the victims of the ongoing violence include gang members, as well as, quote, innocent adults and children who have had nothing to do with street gangs.
And then she didn't call.
Now, I don't know if anybody paying attention, but you did notice that their gang names, their clique names, are the Highs and the Lows. The Lows and the Highs. Guess what? I know people from both. I hung around both groups because I ain't involved in none of that shit though. I hung around both. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of them for different ones, whatever. But the point that I'm trying to make is this. Would the Highs get high all the time, all day, and then the Lows are just low? You know, like, what's up? What you doing, fam? Oh, I'm just maintaining. About to go in and smoke these dubs. I don't know. That was, you know, I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is that at some point, that I believe that incident right there, that wasn't the first incident, because somebody got murdered. Y'all couldn't scrap. Nobody could scrap or none. I don't know. I mean, it's really none of my business. This is just my opinion. But I believe that it started way before then, because evidently it's just all bad. It's all bad. Innocent people getting shot. Hey, in them gangs, as a matter of fact, you got GDs, Vice Lords, Bloods, Crips, all that. In each one. Far as from what I know of. So, you mean you got a Vice Lord over there and you got a Vice Lord over there. And they getting into it with each other. Click banging. I don't know why these youngins nowadays glorify killing, glorify backdooring, and all this old crazy ass shit. You know, glorify being solid. And man, I'm glad I'm able to make this video with y'all today. I had a couple of close encounters, but I wasn't no damn fool. It's a lot of fools out here. It's a lot of them. And at the end of the day, life is about choices. You got to make the right one, no matter how it makes you look. You know how many times I had to walk away? Sometimes I find myself crashing out too. Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, I find myself getting ready to crash out on people because I was in the streets for a very long time. I don't know how to operate like this. No, you can't just say anything to me that you want to. I'll punch you in your shit. I'll slap the fuck out of you. I will put hands and feet on your ass. And I know a lot of people that's like that. I ain't saying I'm the hardest person in the world. After I slap you, you might beat my ass. But I am going to, let you know that I ain't the one to be fucked with. And, hey, I mean, you live and you live on. This shit out of control. Okay? Like, really, really out of control. And it's nothing for these motherfuckers to do. Don't nobody want to get no jobs. Don't nobody want to get no apartments. That's what I did. I went and got my own apartment. Bitch was like, oh, what? Where you going? With that nigga. He ain't even got no car. I got a car. He ain't even got no weed. I got the weed and the liquor. He ain't even got. That's where you wrong, bitch. That nigga got his own crib. Oh, whoa. Next thing you know, you got the mama, the auntie, the friend, the cousin, and you got all of them taking turns come to your crib. Don't let that one go over your head now. An older lady told me, you get you a crib, females are goddamn it go grocery shopping for you. You won't have to spend anything. I was like, Plus, I already wanted my own shit anyway. I wasn't none of that. I had to, get me a crib, grab a car, start getting my little giddy up, you know what I'm saying? Get my little jewelry or whatever. Yeah, I'm all for that one. I'm all for that. That's what I did. You don't see these motherfuckers out here trying to do that shit. They want to get a scat pack, drill gang. Boy, half a block. You can call it good night. But that's neither here nor there. We're gonna get back to the video.
Including Carmane Tietzel's daughter.
I don't know. But yeah, she didn't come home.
Autumn Merrick was struck and killed while riding a scooter near Target Field, October 2021.
My daughter just turned 18, like her life was just beginning.
The shining star of her family, Autumn, was caught in the middle of a car chase and rolling shootout involving feuding gang members, including a man connected to the deadly house party shooting back in 2004. Lavelle Elmore was convicted of first-degree riot after police say he opened fire on Knox Avenue, triggering a generation of gang violence. Now, nearly 2 decades later, Elmore admitted he was behind the wheel of one of the vehicles, the Dodge Durango, that struck and killed Autumn Merrick.
They've been in and out of jail doing the same thing. Like, I don't get it. You are 30-something years old. You don't get, you haven't changed?
That part.
Like, I don't get it.
What's going to make a difference? Which piece of this carnage can we take federally?
The violence forced outgoing U.S. Attorney Andrew Lugar to...
Don't let that one go over your head. You heard what he just said. What piece of this can we take federally? They not trying to help y'all. They trying to lock your motherfucking ass up. And you're making it easy for them. Let me tell you something. You get caught with fuck a switch. You get caught with a fully automatic anything. There is no jail. There is no county. You're going to the fucking feds. I had enough pistol cases to know. Your ass going to the feds. No stop go, no collect $200. Now ask yourself, how many people do I know that got caught with a switch and out on the streets right now? Because they don't let you go when you get caught with shit like that. Oh no, you got a fully automatic firearm. So, we're gonna get back to the video.
Treat gangs, the highs, the lows, and the bloods as criminal enterprises.
The charges we announced today against the Lows allege a pattern of unthinkable and reprehensible violence.
Charging dozens of alleged members with federal racketeering, also known as the RICO law, used to dismantle the mafia.
So if 4 people are involved in 3 murders and they do it on behalf of the gang, that's the basis for RICO, and that's what we've done over and over and over again.
An organization of violence that started with a shootout 20 years ago.
There was something that night, that mixture of people, is that?
As you can see, the only thing he concerned about is creating a RICO. He ain't worried about who dead, who about to be dead, who finna be dead, who on their way to being dead. He trying to get y'all ass locked up.
Just kind of an ignition point?
No, that's exactly right. And there are really two types of trigger points for these. Like you said, a major gang.
Hey, you know what? I think this is going to be uncut. What time is it?
A war builds over that. The other is just the circumstances. Who was there? How they reacted?
Yeah, I'm not going to be,
chose to do after that.
This is
With
what it
the
is
U.S.
right
Attorney's Office in transition as a new administration is set to arrive in Washington, Andy Lugar is...
Yeah. You know who I rock with? Governor Tim Walz. He smoked weed. I know he did. He was high when he said, if y'all elect me governor next year, I will legalize marijuana. Hey, motherfucker smoking everywhere, wasn't he? Ain't they? Hey, he was back in there too. He was back in there. Soon as he... I fucks to Governor Tim Walz. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up or whatever. This is my first reaction video. Please show me some love, you know what I'm saying? It ain't even really, you know, like all that. I'm just, you know, I'm doing it. I'm trying to get it like that. Now, this is something else that I want y'all to see too before I go.
Once a month, we have an opportunity.
Round up spare change into saving stocks of Bitcoin.
Yeah, we getting all the ads and all that.
17 cents on Bitcoin.
Pursue web development with a digital crafts bootcamp.
No,
programs are
and
designed
no.
to train you in skills necessary to pursue a career.
Once a month, we have an opportunity to check in with Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara. We spend some time talking in a little more in depth about what's happening in our community. We don't always get to do that in a newscast where we've got to cut up sound bites. So joining me now is the chief. Thanks so much for taking the time. We appreciate it.
Hi, Amy. Good to be back. Thank you.
You bet. So we're going to cover a bit of a wide range of topics here, although we feel like have a really high impact.
Actually, we're not going to cover a wide range of topics. They got Buddy from, I think, New Jersey or New York or something. This how serious they is. This how you know they ain't fucking with y'all. They hired him from New York or New Jersey or something like that. And he hired an officer that was involved in a case somewhat similar to George Floyd's. Buddy got fired where he was from. And now he work in Minnesota. You know what that's saying? Why y'all talking about, oh, Trump saying he gonna let the cops already got free reign. They already got it. They already got it. So it's you have to control yourself. Like I told my nephew one time we was getting pulled over. Hey dog, put your hand, look nigga, you bigger than me. Put your hands where he can see them and don't move them. I'm gonna be doing the same. That cop pulled us over. Yeah, lights red. Hey, hold on, dog. I'm using this hand to reach over there. It was a younger cop too. He was white. He was like, you know what, man? Y'all gonna get out of here. I was just doing a routine traffic stop because I had license, insurance, everything. Actually, you know what? Woo! I dodged a bullet because I had a pole and I didn't have no insurance. Whoa, sure didn't. I was scared as hell too. I didn't know what I was gonna do. But he didn't get a chance to find out what I had because that's what happened. Now, yeah, I was in the wrong, all that or whatever, but I ain't finna let nobody pop my top. I'm not finna let you. No, that's a no-go. But we're gonna wrap this up. Like I said, man, I'm new to everything, so show some support, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And I'm gonna have some merch coming pretty soon. Well, not merch, I don't like calling it merch, but I'm gonna have some clothing coming out. It's called a Feeny. We also have a trucking company as well that's gonna be coming soon. Real estate. I'm gonna take y'all on the whole journey, man. I'm in school, show y'all a little bit about what's going on with me in school, and just follow me. We're gonna do a couple of gun range videos with that big boy vibe. I like when the people down south be calling it fire. All right.